Hello, reviewer in a bathrobe here, and I'm here to do a review of Rebel Moon. First time I tried this, it didn't work out so well, and so I'm going to do it again. This is directed by Jack Snyder, and I just didn't care for it. Bit of a letdown. I was actually looking forward to this, but it wasn't very good. Didn't care for the CGI. And there's a lot of CGI in this, a lot of back CGI, and it just looked like a made-for-TV movie when, well, it wasn't made by Netflix, but I believe it was produced by Netflix. But that's a lot of what they're doing now. And so first you will see here a ship come into frame. And someone's talking about how since the king and princess were assassinated, this sovereign guy took over, and he sent this ship off to root out anybody who would consider themselves rebels. And then you see our main protagonist. Sorry about that. But on this moon overlooking this ringed planet, and she's plowing the field with this, I guess you could say, horse-like creature with this bony plated head, and then she stumbles on this rock, which I thought was a seed at first, and then she's looking up at the planet, and then this other guy, he comes up to ask her if she's going to go to the Harvest Festival. You can tell he's interested in her, but I don't think it's going to be reciprocated anytime soon. Also mention this was a pitch by him to by Zack Snyder to or like a rated R Star Wars, but that didn't work out, and so LucasArts and Kathleen Kennedy, and then so I guess they had to change a lot of things, but you can see the certain influence from Star Wars and like Dune and other sci-fi related things. And so they go to the festival. She sits down with this older gentleman. You'll learn about her backstory, just like you'll learn more about the princess's backstory later. And so then I guess she's grateful for being there, but yet she doesn't feel safe there. And so the next day she's out in the fields planting seeds, and with this girl, which I have a suspicion on who she could be. And so then you hear this, I think you hear a noise, and then they look up and they see this ship coming into view out of the clouds. And then she looks up for a moment, and then she just books it off to the main part of the village and starts ringing this like gong, not gong bell, but it's a bell. And then this Viking-looking dude runs out and asks, "What do you think they want?" And she says, "Everything," which it is a little bit over. There is a little bit of over dramatized, but you can also see where things are going. Like, you can tell what's going to happen, and was one of my downfalls. And there is going to be a director's because this is not the rated R version. There is going to be a rated R version and a director's cut come out in like, it's either 6 or 3 months, because this is only the first half of the movie of the movie. This is, I should have said the whole title. It's Rebel Moon, Child of Fire. And I think I'm going to leave it off there. So bye for now. Okay, I'm back. This is Reviewer in a Bathrobe, and I am back, and I'm continuing off with my review of Rebel Moon, and see what happens when the villagers are deciding what to do. And of course our main protagonist tells them ask for nothing but I forget how it goes now. She basically says if they want something, give it to them. But and then here comes these CGI ships and things like that, which I don't like the CGI. I don't like the model. I don't like them in there. And I know Amazon's got their own stores now, and online stores, and they're selling these models of these ships in stores now, like toys. And you know how they say, like, cartoons were made to sell toys. But I tell you, this would not have. And maybe if it was sci-fi, if it was a cartoon, but it wouldn't be for me. But those ships, I don't know, they do look something like out of is it Macross? I can't remember the name of the show. But yeah, and then they land, they come down off of these landing ships, and then out comes our antagonist. I'm only saying these names because I do not remember what their names are, and so shows how bad the movie was. And then he comes out, dressed in this military garb. It looks, sort of what the Third Reich and the stormtrooper type people which George Lucas took some. See, there you go again. They took references from George Lucas, Star Wars. At least a lot of people have taken from different things, but they're coming off and the ship, and then there's these religious-looking. I'm assuming they're supposed to be religious people. They're in like this weird mask and these red cloaks and big weird hats. And but the mask, it reminded me of like the Chronicles of Riddick, of the necromancers. And so they come up there and they meet the I think the Viking guy, they call it, that was you hear that was an ambulance that just went by. But they come up there and they see the Viking guy, which I guess his title is the father of the village. And what they're asking for is they're wanting, we'll call it food or grain or whatever they grow there. And at first he says, at first they're like, they don't make enough for themselves, so they don't have any surplus. And then he's like, come up to the big house with them, and to have some wine or beer. And so they do, and then this other guy who wanted to make a deal with them in the first place, I should have mentioned that, when they were trying to decide what to do, he wanted to make a deal with them, and it just didn't go. It doesn't go the right way. It doesn't go good for him, and everybody could see who was going. And this guy really shows what he's capable of after this part. And then you see him pick up this weird looking cane thing, and then people think he's gonna swing it at the guy who spoke out, and then no, he swings it at the father guy and just basically bashes him in. So I'm gonna leave it there for now and stay tuned.